Hello guys and girls, this is Tziatas for Sparrow LEATHERCRAFT. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use my patterns, like this here and this here, how to cut out all the pieces, how to print them out correctly, how to align them, and yeah, how to make things out of a piece of paper or out of a piece of leather using a piece of paper. So yeah, enjoy! Okay, for people who have been following the channel or seen previous of my videos, this might seem familiar. I've made a video like this before, but this was with an older system that I used to make patterns. Now this is a newer system with a different way of aligning the pages and cutting them out. And yeah, this is just like a quick update video on how to use the new technique. All of my patterns by now should have been updated on my site, so you can basically ignore the old video and just watch this video. I mean, there are some useful tips on how to cut out, how to punch holes and so on, but I think I'm gonna include most of that in this video. So yeah, let's just get started. Alright, first of all, printing the pages. The pattern is designed to be able to be printed both on A4 and on letter-sized pages. The important part is to print it at 100% scale or at true size and not fit to page, no bigger, no smaller, 100% size, so that everything is the correct size. Now, if we look at the pattern, you see there's a dotted line all the way around the edge. Everything outside of the dotted line can be cut off. This is necessary so that the pattern fits both on A4 and on letter. The other thing you're gonna see is there are two squares here. They are scattered around on different pages on the pattern, and these are, so you can check the scale. The one square is 2 by 2 centimeters, the other is 1 inch, 1 by 1 inch. So you can just use a ruler and check that the size is correct. If this is not correct, then you made some mistake while printing, and you need to look into that because it's gonna be out of scale. Now, the other thing that you're gonna notice, that's my logo, the bird. Like on this page, there's a head, and on this page, there are like the rest of the bird, the wings. We are gonna use this to line up the two pages. So to recap, first of all, we cut off everything outside of the dotted line, and then we use the bird, or my logo, to line everything up. Now, with something like this pocket here, which is two pages that fit together, I will probably only cut off the one side outside the dotted line so that there's a little bit of overlap with the pages. I think this just helps with sticking the pages together better. But yeah, you can also just cut out everything outside of the dotted lines, whatever you like. Okay, let's take a look at this specific piece, and you can apply everything you see on this specific piece to pretty much any of my patterns. Alright, as you can see, we have the logo here and here, which will help us align it. But it's easier to cut off at least one of the dotted lines. Like, for example, I'm gonna take my ruler and my paper blade. Gonna cut off everything outside of the dotted line. And now I can just overlap this over the other page, line up the logo and the dotted lines, and this pattern is now correctly aligned. You see? Very easy. So now we just take some clear tape. I usually make a couple of small squares just to tuck the two pieces into place. So holding the paper down, one piece, and the second piece. Now these are still lined up and they are glued together, and now I can just take the roll of tape and easily glue the whole thing together. Now, you see I made like a little tiny mistake. I had a bit too much tension on the tape, that's why the page curls up a bit, but details. So you don't really want to pull the tape too hard, you want everything to be laying flat. And yeah, now we have the whole pocket lined up, and we can just use our ruler and our knife and cut out the actual piece we need. Here at the corners you want to be careful. You can either use a cutter like this that we're gonna use for the leather and hold it on and just punch off the corner, or you can use a blade and make small straight cuts that will lead you around the edge. You can really do whatever works for you. Okay, these are the basics on how to cut out a piece of my pattern, how to line everything up, and how to stick them together. Now some other notes and useful tips. The dotted line around the edge obviously is the stitch line. You can either punch the holes one by one following the pattern, or you can use the start and end points of the stitch lines and then use as an edge guide like this, or whatever this is called, to mark around the edge of your leather piece, and then use a multi-hole punch like this one, or pricking iron, or whatever it's called, in order to punch more than one hole at once, which is obviously faster and more comfortable. Now, for some other marks on the patterns. For example, there are unique marks that have a comment next to them. For example, here I have the circle, and I write optional headphone jack hole, which is very specific to this pattern. Other marks are when there is like a bigger circle, like right here. There's a stitching line and there's a bigger circle at the top. And next to it, I write rivet. Now, if I don't write rivet, if it's a big round hole or mark or circle, at the end of a stitch line, it's usually a rivet. Another one is here, magnet snap. It is a round, bigger mark like for the rivets, but as I write, it's for the magnet snap on this specific pattern. Another mark or note is roll edge. You see there's the pattern, a thick line and a thinner line on top with the roll edge comment. This means that the actual piece, when it's finished, will end at the thick line, but we will leave extra space, as much as I show here, when we're gonna roll the edge in to give like the opening of a bag a nicer finish, or in this case, the rolled edge has the magnet snaps on the inside, so it's also a functional part of this specific bag. So you might have noticed the pages are all numbered. There's a letter and a number. The letter marks the row and the number the page, obviously. For example, this is the A1, that is the A2, A3, A4, A5, maybe A6, depends on the pattern, and then it's the B1, B2, B3, B4, and so on. And C and D, and in this pattern it goes up to E. There's quite a lot of pages in this specific pattern. It's for the B5 backpack for the bigger version. So yeah, lots of pages. Also included into the pattern will be an overview page, which shows you the full pattern and each and every page, where it goes, how it lines up, and so on, which you can use as a cheat sheet on your laptop or tablet or phone or whatever, if you're kind of confused of what goes where. But with the numbering, it should actually be pretty easy. Alright guys and girls, I think that's it for today. I think it's pretty obvious now to you how to make this, how to print the pattern, how to stick them together. If you have any questions, or if I forgot something, or if something was not really clear, just comment below and ask, or hit me up, send me an email, send me a message, whatever. I hope you enjoy whatever project you're getting started with. And thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, maybe even hit that bell thing if you want to receive notifications for newer videos and newer patterns that I will upload. And yeah, enjoy the build. Thanks for watching. Bye.